Afternoon, everyone. You guys hear me all right? Sounds okay, cool. Awesome. Let's get some background music. um,
Hey, Hayden.
Hello. How are you?
Good, mate. Just had some pretty good trap exit trades when I was away with Sasha at the doctor.
Oh yeah, vaccinations.
Actually, it was just another chat.
Yeah.
Just try to understand the lay of the land with the whole medical system here. It's heavily systemized, so I'm just trying to work out who you speak to, when, and what. Yeah, who does what.
Right.
But yeah, there was a few. I've got a couple of pending trades that triggered and exited and did really well. So
Nice one.
It's really encouraging. Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Do you want to do you want to run through them? I'm looking very quickly. I'm looking to sell down to this area. So at the moment we've got where's my pen?
Sell down to where's right?
Oh, I'm on NAS, right? On NAS, yeah.
Yep.
So very quickly, what I'm looking at, I'm bullish, but I'm just going to see if we've got this nice trending structure at the moment. And I'm looking to see if we get some like little fake outs from here, just to continue down further, and then we see the reversal. What we've got is clean candles here on the left hand side. So at the moment we're just finding a little bit of a hold up at this area where these wicks overlap. Okay, you see them on the 4-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, like I see this wick, yeah. So this is a bit of structure that we're in. Our candle is looking quite nice, so I would, like, barring any sort of fake out, I'd imagine that we're probably easier to get continuation first before then we go up. But given the nice thing is that the daily candle, we're very bullish, and like the daily candle's pulled back some. So I think we could be looking for pullbacks to around here. So I'm looking to trade down to that level, and then from here, I would imagine that New York will have some sort of pullback because we've just been bearish most of the day, consolidated, a little bearish pullback, and then mostly pulling down. So New York's going to have an up move at some stage. There will be an up move. Whether it's going to be the up move is going to take over for the rest of the session. But for now, I'm looking for the up move to come after we fill this clean candle. So I'm just looking to see this trending structure continue. On the structural side of things here, I'd be willing to let price in this initial volatility before NYSE pull back into like these zones before continuing down. If it starts breaking above here, then I think the up move's already on its way. So we'll see. So at the moment I'm looking to just eventually, hopefully we break out. Leon, yeah, she's getting a nappy change right now next to me. she's awake. We just got back from our walk, so she had a good little sleep in the cot. She's in a new phase now where she likes to scream and squeal. She was so quiet for so long, then she started blowing raspberries, and now she's finding her voice. Gold's looking good for the upside, looking really nice. I was really hoping gold was going to continue pushing bullish, so we could trade down from a really high area to the Tokyo fix, but it happened. It happened already. So that was the target for today, for like that London session. Dave, did you want to run through your trap exits?
Yeah, I'll just show them just one.
Do you want to share your screen? Would that be easier?
Yeah, I'll show you. I need to wait for you to.
There you go.
Always forget which one to share. You see that?
Yeah, I can.
So what I've noticed is that there's a lot of people like me who likes to draw lots of fancy trend lines everywhere. And so there's this kind of narrowing triangular sort of pattern. And so I looked down here at this guy here. So there was a pretty convincing sort of breakout pattern outside of this trend.
Yeah.
So I saw it come out, retest, come back up again. So there would have been two places where people looked at that trend, the same trend line, and said, "All right, that's it's exiting out the top," and jumped in. So this is my trap exit zone was here, and this is my trade here. So on MT5, where is it? Oh, you can't see that. Can you see MT5?
Yep. Yeah, got it.
So that was my trade. Took me in up here and took me out there, and
Beautiful.
it was a decent profit. And again, it just happened when I was away. What was the other one? There's another one just before as well. Oops. There's a couple. Pound US. What would that look like? There's another one there. Pound US. And another one which was Euro Yen. All just happened just right now. Pound US. Euro Yen. So Euro Yen, I started thinking I was being too greedy, trying to map out big reactions to upper structures. So in this one, I thought I won't be greedy. I'll just try and get it back up to the top of this structure here, which is what I just did. Anyway, yeah. So there's a few. I'm trying to recall what my thought was on this. There was a trap. Oh, it was down here. Anyway, I'm getting confused about all my different scenarios. But anyway, there's a couple that is interesting.
Yeah, good one.
Happy to share more if you want. But
No, that's really good.
They're starting to become more reliable and more.
You're getting better. Yeah, you're getting much better at having confidence with them as well.
Well, it's just that I realized that if I follow a chart all day waiting for a trap exit to occur, yeah, sure, I might have a high. It might be really reliable and I might get good return, but it might take 4 hours just tracking a couple of charts to get to that point. But if I can actually set them as pendings and find some reliability with that, then that's just gold. And I can spend 4 hours just putting pending trades and just let them happen, which is what I've been trying to do, and it's becoming more and more successful. So
much easier, huh? No emotional side.
Well, that's actually the biggest one. That was like the other day, I actually was telling someone how the last thing I should do is get involved in the trades. At the same time, I saw one triggered, one of my pending trades, and I got in there and I thought, oh, it looks bad, looks dangerous. Ooh, maybe I'll tighten my stop loss. It got stopped out, and of course it went to my target. Like as soon as I got involved, I fucked it all up. So just I don't think I'm good at live trading yet. I think I'm still too impulsive, and I'm still too subject to emotional stuff. So I'd rather just work out that if I can hit this 7 times out of 10 on these pending trades, then I'll just rely on probability and just keep on doing that. At least until I can feel confident that I'm not going to be making silly mistakes and getting all fearful and standing in my own way with live stuff.
Cool. That's the best scenario, is to just be able to reliably do pending orders and walk away. I find I still really like to be notified when it's at my level and then wait for that extra confirmation. Is anyone in this cell? Just keep pushing. Now, drop another 16.
Gold's still flying.
Yeah, 2044. Holy. Oh, so your indicator is up now, isn't it? So if I just need to take it off, put it back on, don't I?
I think we'll just drag it back on. It should be fine.
1.2. Ah, my colours.
Up towards the top, just a bit lower down. There you go. And it extends it by 24 hours, the line.
Okay, you're pretty quiet.
So it only works on the 3, 4, 5, 15 and 30 minutes.
Oh, it goes when you go this time. Oh, sorry, when you go like hour, it's gone. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won't show it. Only on 3, 4, 5, 15 and 30.
Okay, brilliant. Where's all my drawings gone? Oh, they're just so low. Huh. Where all my analysis is gone. Oh, bizarre.
One of the ones I just posted on the daily trade, the proposed trifecta ones, just well, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to a pending trade, but it didn't trigger. It didn't go. I don't know. It's disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Oh, on your empty 5 it disappeared.
I don't know. I when I threw that up on daily trades just before, I thought I put a pending order on it, but I don't know where it is. But either way, the trade seems to have worked out pretty well.
Check your experts or journal and see if there was an error message. Maybe might have came into leverage limitations.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
If the other trades were going as well.
I think I had at one point just recently 3 or 4 trades triggering. So
yeah, indices have less leverage than indices Forex, so it takes a bigger bulk. Right. Russ, how was your morning?
I've had a whole day of break-even stop-outs again. I don't know what's happened. The first couple of weeks of January was great.
Yeah.
The second 2 weeks of January, I don't know if it's because I had a good first 2 weeks, and I started moving my stop loss too quickly. I'm just hitting break-even stop losses constantly.
Oh. It was a pretty crappy German session.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Apart from that initial volatility, it just got stuck in this like 25 pip range. Like, apart from me securing that trade that we had, I had another entry from here, and I was really hoping this was going to be able to finally break through under into this zone. Like, I secured a little bit.
The exact same, but I let it come back to stop loss.
Oh, you didn't take some profits?
No.
Yeah, there was just no real momentum. Couldn't really get anything going. I think tomorrow's NY session is going to be the same. So I'm gonna make a point of not doing, like, literally not looking at the charts until FOMC. I mean, I'll do London session, of course, but New York session, I just just don't even want to look at it. Yeah, gold's looking great. Absolutely great. So what's going on? Hey Jim, do you know if actually had a good buy?
Yeah, he got in on a nice entry just after the commie candle. On
Oh,
the
yeah.
5 minute.
Comex candle is, do you guys know about the Comex candle?
I think he pretty much took the 5 minute commie candle.
When is
Comex
Comex?
is commodity exchange. That's what Comex is. So you've got, so Comex, the Comex Comet. So Comex is commodity exchange. That's when like gold futures and that open up. That's 1:30 UK time. So 2:30 Dutch time, 8:30 New York time. So it's this candle here. So you get a bit of volatility on this candle.
It was 2 before.
Oh, sorry, 8:20. My mistake. 8:20.
Yeah.
8:20.
So he took the top of the candle with a stop at the bottom.
So this one.
Yeah, that was his trade.
Oh, far out.
And yeah, I think he's just closed it.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at 2050 today. Yeah, I was looking for 2050 to be hit, and I think I will stay. We'll stay in this area for a while, between here and here. I think we'll stay inside of here, given this news and the Red Sea. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out. So the other day I was in, yesterday I was in here and I closed it about here. And now look at it. Damn, I wish I could just like I don't like holding it over rollover, especially like it's just I find like it's so many times it comes back, so I don't particularly like holding it and paying that rollover fee. Never used to worry about the rollover fee, but now it gets, you know, quite substantial. Could be like up to like $40 of your trade. Rollover $120 on Wednesdays. But with these longer term views of pushing up, it's kind of silly to worry about that. It's just whether Asian session comes back or not. Oh, this is looking really nice. Okay. So basically looking just to stay underneath here for now and seeing if we can keep on pushing down. We do have this building liquidity, Asian high, Euro high, London high. New York, maybe we'll come back and take New York. So I'll look for reactions from here to continue looking for these sells for now. And this is the target. Okay, so this is NYSE. Maybe just take the high. It would have been much easier for us if London had actually pushed up rather than down. And once we get this next 45 minutes out of the way to an hour, we'll, depending where price is going from here, we'll plan a London close opportunity. I won't be here for the London close, but we'll get the, I'll get the level for you to keep an eye on. Okay, so this is that first structure that price is sitting at, and then we'll see what it does at that next one.
London closes 4:30 your time, is that right?
4 o'clock.
Oh, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, between 4 and 5. So you're looking for that for usually like a 60 pip reaction in this time. I think, Leon, you've had some good ones, haven't you? At least one that I remember. Okay, if I get a rejection candle, I'm looking for like, I'm even willing to go 2 minutes, but 2 minutes, 2 minutes plus, I'm looking for a red candle from here to do something like that. And just flip to all time, all time frames. So 15 minute, no, I'm gonna keep an eye on the hour as well. Like a nice hour candle at the moment. 15, 5, and go 3 minute. I'll flip between this bottom right to 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But we're taking that New York high now, which is nice. The current New York high has just been extended. If it's significantly breaking above here and into this zone, then I'll be a bit more careful, because it might be pushing up to make a new daily high before maybe doing a bit of a correction. So I don't really want to get caught looking for a sell when we're starting to like push into these areas and into like this trend line liquidity. So at the moment, I'd love to see it sort of bounce off this, but once you start breaking it, I don't want to get caught looking for sells too aggressively. So at the moment, got a nice little move. Let's just see if this is going to be a 5 minute wick fill to the top side. So I don't want this to be a continuation pattern. I like it just to be the high. So the wick's not that great at the moment, the top wick. It's no top wick on this one, so most likely it'll still push up a little bit more. Let's see if we can break down. Come on. So initial NYSE would be nice if this was just a buy to sell. Buy to sell, sell to buy. That's what I'm kind of planning. Where's Robbie? Robbie and Annie said they were coming as well.
looks like price might have reached that imbalance. I think on my chart it's 0.2 of a point. Is it 1 point? Anyway.
Where? On which time frame?
2 minutes. No, 1 minute. Sorry.
1 minute.
Just wondering if this has made a lower high and it's going to go down, or whether it's.
Yeah. I think it's giving people a good look to get in to buys. And that's hoping it's the only thing like they wondering as well is if it is just building a base to break out, or if it's going to do a bit of a fake out from here. So still haven't seen a good candle yet. But we've got
you're still thinking for a long play, it will reach further down for more liquidity to do that. Is that your inclination?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that we can push down just a bit further. I'd like the daily candle to just have a little bit more of a lower wick. So it's not much of a low yet. So I think we could still make a new low. Trying to understand when AMD, Microsoft, and Google are going to release their earnings. If there's a miss, like if it comes in under expectation, I don't think it's going to come in under, but if there's a bit of a miss, it's such a crowded trade that we could have quite a bit of volatility if there is a bit of a surprise in the earnings. It's today. It's at some stage today. Just not sure exactly when. They might wait till after market open. Wait, after market close. Microsoft earnings time. Yeah. Let's keep an eye on financial juice. Has anyone had a crack at selling this at this level? Be honest. You guys waiting or are you in it?
Waiting. Not familiar with this index.
Okay, let's go. Come on. Thing is, what do you think the likelihood is that when they release these earnings that some people know about it already?
I guess that's inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah. I reckon they know.
Can't be watertight, surely.
Hey, Sarah. Love to see this flip now. Flip bearish, taking the high, and I'd say the trap was in. Oh, don't do a trap the other way. now, never. First 15 minutes now is in. Looking like a pretty healthy looking candle. I've got an entry in. It's not very big. I'm looking to see where I can add to it, even if it's in drawdown or if it's in profit. Depending on what it does above here is whether I how I manage it. But the moment I'm in. All I'm asking for is 50 pips. Okay, now if it's rejecting from here and then coming all the way back up, then I'll cut this trade and just wait. I think this had enough time, give enough people for a look, that if it actually is like a bit of a trap, having gone and breaking these wicks again, if it's coming all the way back up, then I'll just have to wait and see, because I think it'll probably have found enough momentum to the upside. So it's in a tricky situation right now. Yeah, too many rejections here. I'm still holding it. I just don't want it to be leaving this area. Come on, man. Jeez. This is like now German all over again. Initial little move, and then just going sideways. Let's break, come on. I'll let it wick up, but I won't. If it closes above, then it's just, I don't think it's worth holding. Maybe they're waiting for these earnings to come out. Seems like it's going to be in by that webcast. If 2:30 to 3:30 is anything to go by, then we could see some volatility expected in the next 36 minutes. Okay, come on.
Hayden, is your trade founded on the earnings coming out and pushing the price down?
No, it's
Or
based on this clean
price action?
candle.
It's just based on the price action to the left, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in a trade and I might call it a day, I think. I'm struggling to read it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty slow, isn't it?
I'll join you again in the morning, yeah?
Okay, mate.
Cheers, Hayden.
Still struggling to break into that structure, isn't it? Below that line.
Yeah, I feel like there's just they're waiting.
Mm. So you say there's news? What's the news? Sorry, I missed that bit.
Microsoft
Things.
and Google earnings.
Oh, is that all?
It's
They
yeah,
make a few pennies, I gather.
5th biggest country,
Yeah, that's right.
or 6th biggest country in the world's revenue.
Yeah, it's just
Just a small one.
crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Jolt, Sarah?
What's
Oh,
that?
is that different? Oh, Sarah's just saying Jolt news.
Oh, at 3 o'clock. Oh, good one. Yeah, consumer confidence and jobs, job openings. Let's see. Kind of tempted to take a buy to sweep up into here. So there will be an up move at some stage. Microsoft and Google, they're expecting good numbers. So, and because we've seen just such a huge rally in all equities. So Microsoft makes up, I think, like 7% of NAS, and Google makes up a big portion as well. Now, if you've seen this rally from Microsoft, now we need some normalization. Normalization is a normal part of this. If wait, let's just go back. We've got the news right bang now. Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on. Because if they don't give good numbers, then it will just create a bit of volatility in the market, so they would likely bring it down because they make up such a huge percentage of NAS. Come on, just another 10. Yeah, it's gonna do it easy. Okay, 5 more pips. Come on. Yeah, smashed it. Sweet. Very good. Okay, so now sales are done. Gonna plan some buys here. So I've bought. I bought at 14. So see if we can get up there. I'll look to secure because I don't like buying something that's so aggressive, but with the news, I'm pretty sure Microsoft will do well. But I don't want to, it is news, it is a flip. So what were the numbers? How much? 9 and good consumer confidence. Yeah, I know whilst everything's so good, economy wise, by the numbers, I don't think the Fed need to rush these cuts at all. unless they're seeing like cracks and signs. And I know they can. Labor market's really tricky to. It's all good until it's not. So I don't think they're going to rush though these cuts. All right, I'm going to secure some of this right here. Leave the rest to run now. Beautiful. Cool. I'll leave my stop loss just a little bit lower, just in case it does retest these lows. But that was a nice little 20 pip bounce. And I'll see if we can push up. But news can dip here a bit. I'll wait for a little bit longer, and then we'll plan to see where London close may take this, because we may even on the 5 minute, this, if it closes like under here, the next one will most likely do a wick fill, and then we keep on pushing down. And London close can operate somewhere. How far have we gone? We need to look at the range from here, because I do want to see good range. These earnings though as well are going to be we just don't know the time that they release it, so it's kind of like Japanese news where it's tentative. Just keep an eye on here. It's amazing like this. The JOLTS job openings. It gets released at 10 AM. So they already know all of this numbers. So tell me that like the person that wrote this didn't know, and then call their buddies and say, hey mate, we're going to release something good.
Like, no, I'm a professional. I'm going to keep this very discreet, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you look under my coffee cup.
Yeah, the same one that I always order that time of day.
Right. Yeah, this is probably likely to come back now. So closed underneath. Oh, it didn't close underneath.
And I guess a bit of a seller, people thinking the movement was compelling enough, and now they're having doubts. Cause them to get out, cause the double bottom. Maybe.
Yeah, you see, like it just gave such a good look for them.
I actually meant on the downside. I meant that just now that move.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
wait a minute.
I'm gonna close this trade. Well, I'll just leave it at break even completely. As I said, I don't want to. It did stop at that area again. I'm torn between the 5 minute, because the 5 minute close above these wicks, but the 4 minute close pretty clearly underneath these wicks, like these wicks here. So I thought it was definitely going to be a wick fill, but the 5 minutes actually. Yeah, I think I'll just. It's risk free, whatever. I'll just leave it. All right. Do you guys understand why I was looking for these sells? Oh, gold pumped hard. Oh, far out. Like yesterday. Gold pumped up before NYSE, then dropped. Gold pumped up before NYSE, and then dropped. Yeah, sorry, I'll ask again. Do you guys understand why I was looking for sells up here? Just like how price was consolidated inside of here, and then based on like the 5 minute, how I was comfortable if price did come back to the first structure. The first structure being this little bit, and then second structure being like part of this bigger area. So whilst it was pushing up, I was unsure like I got to admit, when it is up here, I am unsure whether it's going to break, but I've got to trust these zones. So whilst I was in that sell, if it closed above here, then yeah, I'll just close it, because I would like to then, if it does come back down, perhaps then get in. But it made sense. Like you don't change your bias because of this move. And the whole reason was what I was the target was this bad boy right here. These clean candles, they're really nice. Really nice to use as targets. So same thing as like I was saying. If London, just say London opened like the London Open candle, the actual first candle just pumped up like that, you know this is not going to be the London low. Very unlikely that will be the London low. So price will eventually make its way down, and it gives you a nice clear target. So same thing is New York session pushed up, and now we're getting so close to that level, it's very unlikely that whatever lows are in here are going to be the lows of the day. Most likely price will come down and it will fill these imbalances, because you've got to think of the timing as well. What happened at 8 o'clock last night UK time that caused this move? Like seriously, it's going to be something that's artificial. So once that moves out of the market, price will eventually roll over and it'll come back to that level, because it's not really anything that's holding price up. And whatever was here that caused that mismatch as well, more than likely they haven't filled their entire order at that level. The way that they would put their orders in is they would have a range where they're acceptable price for their order, and then they'll fill as much of their order inside this area, but once it gets too far away from their target price being here, then there'll be a kill switch, so they won't buy anymore. But now they've had such a sharp move, algos have been triggered, people watching charts at the time perhaps been triggered, and buying momentum will take place just from the algos kicking in. The initial stimulus is not continuing. It's just the algos have kicked in, looking for breakouts, buying the highs, tumbling over each other to just keep that trend going. But then as price starts coming back down, there's likely residual orders that are left right here. So you get good reactions from this level. So you can use this as targets. That makes sense?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a marketplace. It's got to be buyers and sellers. All right. Now we've done like a great little connection. Great little connection. So we've retested it. Price can pull back. If we can push break and close above here, then we're well on. So hopefully this doesn't come down and stop me out first before going up. But yeah, I think it was a good session. I've recorded it, so I'm happy to put this up so people can watch this back if you want to. Otherwise, I keep all of these as my own little personal journal. It's easier than me just keep them on YouTube as private, but I can make them public if you wanted to watch it back.
Keep them in the vault, showing to the grandkids one day.
I put it on the TV the other day. I was looking at some car reviews and I had YouTube up, and then I saw my videos like suggested video. I'm like, look, Maddie, look, he's a dad.
Gather around, kids. Freddie, Johnny, gather around. See what.
It was way back in 30th of January 2024. Daddy was young that
And you can say something like, back in my day, and then they'll just walk away.
Yeah, we had things called computers. What's a computer? Or AI, like visual things you put on your head in 20 years time.
Oh, it'll be chips inside your head. You can just think about it and it'll happen.
Yeah, I was talking, Sarah and I were discussing like looking into like venture capitalism, and like maybe there's some like businesses and things we can look at if we like the product. Maybe we put some money into it. And like I was just showing like crowdfunding, WeFund, those kind of websites where you can look at the product and what they offer, Like there's one that's getting pretty popular right now called something stack something.
Stack Overflow. What do you mean?
Stack riders.
I've raised venture capital before. If you want to know anything about it.
Oh yeah. I got to make this. Does it Substack?
Oh.
Substack. This is getting pretty popular. Where it's like a subscription thing, so that like independent writers can put their stuff on there, and they get people can basically subscribe to their writings. So it stops them having to go through like writing houses and newspapers and things like that, or even trying to like get through the algorithms of Google. So they can go into Substack, and people can basically just like subscribe to their stuff, and they can give like different things, like $6 a month for like this guy or whatever. It's getting more and more popular. I've seen more and more people get into Substacks.
Like Medium is doing that for.
Oh yeah, they're like Medium, yeah. So, like they've raised like heaps. But I was saying like something like this, like when you see these like good products you think will take off, like if instead of like, I loved the iPod when it first came out, because I used to walk around with those little when I didn't have a seat, like a Discman or Walkman or whatever you called it. Time I got one, they had made these mini CDs, but I still have to copy songs onto that mini CD, and I could fit like maybe 20 songs. Mini disc or whatever it's called. Then I'd ride my bike with it and put it on my backpack on my bike, and I'd have the cable that goes running from my backpack into my ears. And when my friends were talking about like they got an iPod before me, I was like, holy, you can put like 1,000 songs on this thing. So that was my Christmas present, was an iPod, and they cost like $400 when they first came out. If you put $400 into Apple now, back then, that instead of buying the actual iPod and bought Apple because the idea was great. This was 2000 and I think it's 2000. Apple iPod first release. 2001. Okay, 2001. So Apple share price. So closing price at Apple was 33 cents. The new price is $192. So if you bought like $400 worth of Apple shares, so 400, where's my calculator? $400 of Apple shares, you would have got 130, is that right? No, each share's three.
About $233,226.
Yeah, you worked it out. How much was it?
$233,236.
Yeah, so instead of buying the actual iPod for $400, but bought Apple, you've got nearly $250,000. Oh wait, this is US dollars as well, and I paid it Aussie dollars, so it's, I don't know, minus 40%.
Oh, so you're exaggerating.
Yeah, I exaggerated. So
I wouldn't have bothered now.
yeah. So still like 1.4. Yeah, 1.45. Oh, sorry, $145,000. That initial investment. Same thing as that. Instead of buying like a coffee a day, you bought a coffee worth of Starbucks shares. You'd be absolutely loaded.
I raised money from an angel group in Sydney, and that's kind of what they do as well. You can be a member and you can sprinkle your investments over a dozen different investments that you find appealing or intriguing or promising, knowing that half of them or more will fail, but there may be that one that does really well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Most of them will do. Like, most of them will fail, but then you get that one that does 10 times or 100 times.
Well, that's how venture capitalists make their money. Now they'll lose money on 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
There'll be one that does okay, then there'll be two that do really well, maybe.
There's
Or
so,
one that does really well, one that does exceptionally well. That's it.
yeah, and there's so many ways you make money though as well. Like if it's a good product, they'll either get bought out or they'll loan and take they'll loan at low interest rates, buy back their shares, pump money into the company and boost it. As long as you're just not the last man holding the bag.
Yeah.
Most of them will get out because like what happens when the company goes bankrupt? It's an entity. It's not you. It's the entity that goes bankrupt if it's a limited liability company. Anyway, love all this. Actually love all the business side, understanding. The more you actually learn about how it all works together and like the manipulation and just like the traps and how they get their price, it really does become fascinating for me anyway. Cool. All right. Well,
You should read this article, which is utterly hilarious and also kind of really depressing at the same time. I like this.
DoorDash.
So funny. It just talks to all the reasons why venture capital is just so corrupt, like the whole nature of it. It's funny reading.
Yeah, I'll give it a read. All right, guys. Well, do you have any questions for me? Otherwise, I think it was a fairly nice. It's kind of hard to sit through that. But you can take it away by actually having, like, it's good for me. I mean, either way, if you guys aren't here, I often miss it, but because I get distracted at home. I'll have to look after Maddie and stuff, but it makes the time go faster if we can have good discussion. So I really encourage people to participate and share ideas and just have chats, you know. More to trading than trading.
Yeah.
As we discussed on the weekend, with like investing, like what we do, profits, etc.
Yeah, I think it often depends on how you're inclined as an investor. There's some people who don't want to be emotionally engaged with an investment at all. You know, they might put money into a venture capital firm, not wanting to really, completely hands off. And then there's angel investors who go, oh, I really find fintech intriguing, and they'll want to know the company they're investing in. They have a personal engagement with it. There's so many different ways to look at it, and so many different types of people.
Yeah, to be honest, it's my least preferred way of investing. It would be because I'm not fully across how I would be taxed afterwards. So I was chatting with a friend who's really across it all as well yesterday, and he was just going across. He was just going through. He's just like, it's just unbelievable in Australia specifically. Oh, yeah, good one, Sarah. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, it's dropped so much now. About how Australia tax income so much more severely than wealth. So if you can generate wealth, and then once you don't have an income, you can get by so paying back basically little tax. Because like the way Australia, like a bit of a rundown. I keep my eye on gold here. What do you reckon under the Asian low?
Or buying gold again, get back up.
Yeah, I'm thinking from 2028. I might just give it a crack. So I'm not fully sure exactly with UK, because I haven't looked into the UK as closely, but Australia, say you've accrued, assuming you get roughly an 8% return year on year, if you invested over the course of those 8 years, sorry, over the course of a 5-year period, say you're investing, what are the numbers? Say you invested, say like 50,000 across 8% year on year, assuming that you get that. Some years you might get much more, some you'll get less. Some you may have negatives, but then we followed up by potentially like a 20% a year or 40% a year like we had last year. That 50,000 potentially in 5 years time could be getting close to like, say like 90,000 Aussie dollars. Now, if you wanted to say sell all of that at once and turn that into cash, the capital gains on that is going to be roughly say like 46%. So you pay tax on the 46%. So basically you put in 50,000 and you pulled in that 40,000 back. So of that 40,000 is capital gains, which you had to pay tax on. And if you hold assets more than 12 months in Australia, you get a 50% discount. So that 40,000 now becomes 20,000. And the threshold, the lowest threshold is 18,100. If you earn less than 18,100 in a tax year, you don't pay tax. So you're going to pay tax now on $1,900. And you can actually contribute $1,900 into your pension fund as a tax relief, and that goes back into the shares. So you effectively can sell whatever you've made. You can effectively withdraw if you can live off 90,000. Say you've got a house all paid off, and you still want to do like a couple trips per year. You can effectively live off around 90,000 and pay basically zero tax. By shares. You can't do that with houses because houses is too much. It's too much of a lump sum all at once. You can't sell like a quarter of your house. But shares, you can nominate how many you want to sell. Obviously, the longer you hold shares, so say you hold shares for 20 years, the percentage that is growing is going to be a lot more. So the capital gains will be a lot more. But that's why you regularly invest. Because once you get to retirement age, you sell your ones you got into last at lump sums. Pretty interesting, hey? That's why just the wealth get wealthier. The wealthy get wealthier because they know how to avoid tax. But if you get income, say you get rental income or paid in dividends, you get absolutely taxed hard. It's never too early to start as well. If you're in the UK, you can put 20k into ISAs, like stocks and shares ISAs, cash ISAs. So I'm keeping my eye on 2028. And anything that's accumulated, 20k per financial year. Anything that's accumulated over 20 years, if you maxed it out every year, pretty hard to put 20k away for most. But you could have 400,000 in this ISA before even how much is accumulated. And if you're going on, say even modest growth, 5% per year over 20 years, this would be a monster number, and it's completely exempt. Okay, we took out Asian low. Oh yeah, Sarah. It's so. I wish I knew about all this stuff earlier. I was looking to see if I could put money into like savings accounts for Maddie in Australia. And I was absolutely like, I guess it's a very common way to try avoid people paying tax. Like if I hid money under my child's name. So I was absolutely shocked when I realized that you can open up kids' savings accounts and you can earn in Australia up to $407 in interest per year, tax-free. You know how much it is above, anything above 407? How much it'll be taxed? Have a guess how much the tax rate is above $407 per year in interest if it's your kids, and you got to do a tax return for your kid.
Like 40% or something. Oh, no way.
I just think about all those. Do you remember? Was it Commonwealth Bank had what was the kid saver thing they had? Dolomites. Yeah.
Turns out they just took the money and just
they just stole it all.
disappeared.
Such a good idea by Commonwealth Bank.
Yeah, like a million kids, and they all have about $50, and you slowly just drain it away.
By the time they're 18, they're just getting slugged.
Dogs.
Yeah, Commonwealth Bank, thank you. That's mine.
Good little savers. We're going to teach kids how to save money.
Yeah. We're going to teach them how to become paranoid. Everyone's going to try, nothing's safe.
Teach them that the best way to make money is to go and work in a bank.
Did anyone buy from the Asian low? I was hoping I was going to get to there. You're in, Sarah? Nice. Yeah, you called it. Still think there's an opportunity. Hopefully. To get to this area, but I'm not confident. It's a pretty dramatic fall, so NAS is looking good. Just gonna keep on rising. 330 now, so I wonder if they announce it late, but this is looking good.
It tapped off the daily pivot as well. We just tapped and went straight up.
NAS or gold?
Gold.
I
I have to keep my, at the moment, muted most of the time, but the dogs are not here at the moment. But one of them is pregnant, so she's just like, oh, every little noise.
Oh yeah.
She's barking.
The dashes. Do you know how many they're having?
I had a scan on Sunday, and she saw 4 on one side and 3 on the other.
Gosh.
I know, she's only tiny.
Is she purebred?
Yeah.
You're going to sell them?
I'm not keeping 7 puppies.
I mean, do you give them away or do you like breed them?
This is, I've had litters of, I used to have a Dalmatian, which is obviously they're a big difference, but I hadn't planned to, but the dad lives with me as well, and they decided on Boxing Day, they decided they were going to get it on.
Mm-hmm. You didn't get them desexed?
Say that again?
You didn't get them desexed?
No, no, because he's only a year, so she's 2, so I didn't think he had it. Well, he's not a year till March, so I didn't think he had it in him yet.
Nature.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, it looks nice there. That rejection.
42. Oh, that's maybe ambitious. Oh, that's too ambitious.
Back up if war. Apparently, something's been said in America as well. If you check the news about gold.
Yeah, I was keeping my eye on that. I saw the senior Hamas leader. So they're discussing the hostage release program. Let's go gold.
Gold's actually quite nice when it moves like this.
I love the aggressive move, the fast moves, the false move.
Yeah. I caught the buys.
Akshay got them as well, Jim was saying. He got in on this. He bought the top of this candle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. I really don't want it to come back, so I've moved to break even. So this is at break even. NAS is at break even as well. NAS is running about 40 pips in profit. Gold. Not as much. So hopefully it doesn't. It's only 10 pips now. So see if I can survive.
I'm in oil as well.
Oh yeah, gosh. All right. Well, I actually better scoot for sure this time. I'll see you guys for London Open.
Yeah, I'll go for a walk. Right. See you all tomorrow.
Cool. All right, guys. See ya.
Thanks a lot.